Hey Nick, get a load of this. Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later, this is important. What are you freaking out about now? Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. Huh? We're about to hit the big time. Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are. Huh, don't be so... Don't be silly. I'm talking about... me and Pearly, of course. Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. Pearls, you haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway? Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this. What's this, some kind of poster? Oh. Treasure exhibition, Sacred Urn. Lordly Taylor. I am. Crown Village, isn't that? That's right, it's our hometown. Pretty in mind, that is. What's this about treasures from the boonies? Hahaha, very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Gurain exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? Same Maya, different day. The young lady here is Maya Fey. The younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then, I've been the one who's been keeping this all afloat from behind the scenes. Actually, that's just the cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character. Hey, who are you calling shady? And this little girl is Pearl Fey, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Crane Village is the home of the mysterious Crane channeling technique, and Maya here is the daughter of the Crane School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes, it's the real thing, alright. Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Yes, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. So I don't get your choice here. Might as well head on out. 7:18 PM. Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit. I have to admit I'm pretty impressed. Okay. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. It all depends on how you display it. Oh, they even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the Fey Manor storeroom. Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom. Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse. Alright. We should go and say hello. A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 108 ways to save money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. Oh man. I think I remember this old folding screen here. It doesn't have the hole anymore, does it? It's supposed to be like there. It was there. I'm pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence in that murder case that happened in Crane Village. This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. 6 Ukraine sacred writings floating screen. It's so secret, why is it the most prominent thing in the exhibit? True enough. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it. But it must be for the greatest treasure of all. Greatest treasure. Is there something like that? Huh? Why? Of course there is, right, Carly? Oh, yeah, of course. Where am I? Yeah, I'll bet it would really take your breath away. There's a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures too? Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it? Well, yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age. No wonder nobody likes museums. Whoops. Oh, Mystic Maya, look, I can't believe it. Oh, it's so cute. It's a little how am I actually supposed to say that? I'm not sure. Diorama of Crane Village. Yeah, look at that. Somehow it seems to reek of dreariness. Oh, Mystic Maya, it's your house. It even says Fey Manor on it. Yikes, you're right. I kinda want to add the famous in front of it. Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. Okay. Oh, another stepladder. Yep, this is a basement warehouse, alright. This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time. Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you. Oh, Mr. Wright. Yeah, a monster. You were right. Huh? A monster? Oh, you? Adrian Andrews. Good evening. It's good to see you again. I know you. Haha, nice to see you again too, little miss. Hello. Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Oh, nice to meet you. Adrian sure has changed since we last met. So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Why are you freaking out on me? What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all. Mystic Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Please, Maya, don't say anything that will needle pearls further. Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago. Okay, timeline known now. God damn it. Remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case. Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did it escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job. Oh, that stuff. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. If it wasn't for us... No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful. That's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring. Well, Lord Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. Works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums. Ooh, did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums. Yes, I did. It's really wonderful. So his basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh? Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasure here. The security guards are all very highly trained as well. That sounds good. So what is with the face she's making? Look, another. That's a step ladder. So what's the difference? You need to stop touching things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere? because we have like 5 times already. Security camera. It's trained on the warehouse door. It's set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the door. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say. True enough. This computer, it looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above. That means what? The camera is set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out of the storeroom. The data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what. I see. It's some pretty high-tech stuff. Looks like a part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is the burr. Huh, I've got it. Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger. Why would anyone write hamburger that week? Like maybe for the hamburger festival or something. Kinda doubt it. I've got it. Maybe it says what? Spaghetti. Excuse me. Wait. No. Never mind. Doesn't make sense. Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says spur. There's no way it could be spaghetti. Well, maybe it was like you might have said spaghetti festival, what do you think? Okay, to me, besides, spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. Oh, Miss Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Really? Let's go in. I wanna take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Do you hear that, Nick? We are unauthorized personnel. Why are you telling me that? Oh man. Sigmaya, take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Ami, right? Yes, the statue of the woman who invented the current channeling technique, Ami Faye. This statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. Okay. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding? Don't ask me, how should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the current shit. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Oh, free. I wanted to cut them. What are you even what are you eyeing me for? God. Oh look, it's already 8. Have you all eaten yet? Well actually, I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on 12th floor. Why not we all dine together? Why did the music only now start? That's so confusing. Oh, I like the sound of that. Dine, it sounds so fancy. I'll have the kids' lunch. Haha, Pearly, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with the kids' dinner? Okay, in that case, one kids' dinner for me. Haha, shall we head upstairs then? The pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was a wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined. The very next day, something terrible would happen. Let me also, actually real quick before it goes further, I'll just get the guide readied up. No wait, 9 AM. Nick, this is terrible. What the? You're cleaning the toilet again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak. Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I'm going to turn on the TV. We got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced that they believe it was work of the renowned phantom thief, Mask the Mask. Mask the Mask? According to the spokesperson, Lord Taylor received a threatened letter some days ago. It's the 5th heist by this phantom thief, who only targets rare treasures. Lord Taylor? Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet. Treasure, Lord Taylor, you don't think? Yes, now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Mask the Mask. Our most valuable treasure. The crime's sacred urn was stolen. What? Refresh my memory a little. What's the sacred urn? It's the most important treasure in Crime Village. That's all. Look, it's right there on this poster. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Namely, the soul of Mystic Ami Faye, the founder of the crime channeling technique. Right, Pearly? Ah, yes. That's right. Hold up. I thought the urn had the name Ami written on it. No, it says I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Well... There are some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick? That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Curran Village, Maya's hometown. The sacred urn. It turned out to be an important clue in that case. Sacred urn added... Oh wait. Okay, the toilet is sharing it and the touch his head, so let's see what's next. What's wrong with you, Nick? What do you mean? What do you mean? Mr. Nick, your beloved Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen. Doesn't that even bother you? But I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how... The village is Mystic Maya. She's the future master of the current school of channeling. Do you know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick? I won't let you say you don't. Okay, I do. So what am I supposed to do about it? Isn't it obvious? Go and find the bad guy who did this. Yeah, and get the sacred urn back. But I'm not a detective, I'm a lawyer. There's nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you would find it for your beloved Mystic Maya. Man, oh man, there's no wind against spells to spare to tell him it's a love. So what's the name of this bad guy again? Mask the Mask, speak. Make a note of it. Mask the Mask. Ah, it was terrible. I was arrested and everything. 1 year ago, the murder in Crane Village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings, and this urn wound up being the key piece of evidence that proved her innocence. Mr. Nick, why not telling Mystic Maya about it? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. This urn used to say Ami on it. Bill Pels accidentally broke it into a million pieces. We tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well. Sorry, I'm not so good at art and craft spelling either. Anyway, this is how her gluing project turned out. She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Ami it says I am. I can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later. I can't believe it myself. You know, even I didn't notice that you existed until a little while ago. Didn't Adrian say it's from a Fairbrand family's training hall or something? Yes, there are actually a lot of training halls scattered all over the country. Hidden away deep in desolate mountains. Why does it always have to be desolate mountains? Is this thing really all that valuable? It looks kinda, well, chunky if you ask me. Let's get the soul of Mystic Ami, the founder of our channel technique. How much do you think you could get for it? What? Sell the sacred urn? You know, I never thought about that. Hey Pearly, make a note of that. Ways to save money, tip 109. Sell treasures whenever possible. Oh man. Whenever possible, check. Somehow I think Maya's going to be searching for a buyer for a long time. Oh man. This certainly seems grateful to you, Nick. Well, she was in a pretty tight spot during the terrible ordeal. Actually, I'm grateful to her too. It sounds like you are not telling me something. I'm going to take a good look at that case file next chance I get. Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Bad guy, huh? Hey, you can't poke around here, pal. Wait a minute, that voice, it's Gumshoe. Oh no, not him again. It's you, and I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? No, I should be asking you then. What are you doing hanging around here? Yeah, I asked you first. Why are you here Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already? Hello? It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh, it's you, little miss. Actually, my name's Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe. Now's a good chance for you to try to remember it right. And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick. Yeah, good to see you again, too, I guess. Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us what happened? Oh, you're trying to remember my name. Other girl, it's Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, thieves stole something called the Sacred Urn. I know about that. Oh, well, the criminal's name is Master Mask. I know about that too. Letty, can you tell us something other than that? Well, I guess I sort of kinda owe you guys in a way. The crime occurred last night at around 1:30 in the morning. How exactly do you know that? We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was stolen. Scene of the crime? You mean here, right? Wrong. The urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse. Basement warehouse, huh? So who was guarding the basement warehouse? That guy. It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets his swelled head thinking that he's an ace detective. Ace detective? Hey, Gumshoe, about this Master Mask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Master Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread. Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises, the true Master Mask. So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh? And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. That's about his 5th heist. If Lorelei Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time. What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the Sacred Urn? Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something. Calling card, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So why do you call him an ace detective anyway? That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up. So, what's he like? Well, like I told you, Mask the Mask has made 5 heists so far. On the fourth heist, Mr. ACT managed to get the stolen treasure back. Wow, that is impressive. All by himself. Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the kind. Mr. ACT was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief. Anyway, he's the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues. So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? So what's his calling card? Here it is. But don't show it to anyone, it's top secret, okay pal? What's this mark on the front? That's Mastermind's signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them. They didn't mention that on the news flash. We're withholding that detail from the public. For operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem. Makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday. Thanks, I guess. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. It's probably because it's air conditioned to protect their art pieces, you know. Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. What the heck does that mean? I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please, make yourself at home. Who are you anyway? Shh, silence. Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What the heck? What do you see? It's worry. The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium. Neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong? Yikes, that's scary. How do you know that? How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. I'm a traveler of both time and space and a swimmer of dreams. What is he talking about? I can make heads or tails of it. Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman, and introduce myself. My name is Atme. Look at me. Ace Detective. Oh, hi. Don't intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of. The name is Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. I'm FA, Ace Spirit Medium. And I'm Pearl Faye. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and Spirit Medium Ace Apprentice. Aww. Excellent. Well then, shall we begin our little game? Okay, why does he praise one shot of a baker's dozen? Why does the praise one shot of a baker's dozen come to mind with this guy? So are you really as famous as you say? Of course, for a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in this city that had not heard of me. Look at me. I am Master Mask's arch enemy, the Ace Detective. Look at me. At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious force of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light. Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick? I've been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Magina to the crime scene. I did it all by myself. I took it back from Mask's mask, with my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles. Yeah, they mentioned it on the news, in the Great People Around Town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward. Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Oh, that's what you know about Master Mask, and keep it simple, please. Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds. Last night, here in the bowels of this store, we were locked in a most glorious battle. I see. Huh? Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here, in Lordly Taylor? Naturally. Wherever the mask goes, you'll find at me laying his elegant traps. Elegant traps. More like the mask out elegance you and made beautiful getaway. But this time I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory. Wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? Well, of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces. Other will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. I first received a request for my services 20 days ago. It was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card. Huh, you were hired before the calling card even arrived? Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. That's Adrian for you. Mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized. Calling card arrived, right? Yes, so ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief, right in the warehouse, and waited for him alone. Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help? Ridiculous. Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops? You've got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let them get away. I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others. Cornsey. Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. Fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb. Anyway, back to what happened last night. As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the secretary disappeared. But that's impossible. How can it just disappear? How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Liar. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here. For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself. You're saying that even though no one came through. Oh, no one. It's a typo. No one came through those doors last night. Our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose. That's just not possible. Anyway, I promise I shall retrieve your urn. Thank you, Detective at me. I'm counting on you. The final round between Detective Look at me and Master Mask is at the beginning. Still, there's something funny about this guy. Yeah, but don't forget, he managed to retrieve the treasure from the last heist. Yes, I even have a video that details my role in the whole affair. I recorded it directly from the news on TV. Can I interest you in a copy? No thanks. Master Mask calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top secret piece of information. Well, we've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here. Yes, indeed. I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us, ever. Well, Sir Lawyer, I've been told that you two are pursuing the mysterious thief. Well, I'm not sure I would say. That's right. We're going to find the secretary no matter what we have to do. Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something of value, return then to my office. Office of Earthly Delights. The Atomy Detective Agency. Office of Earthly Delights. Well then, Survivor, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do. Wait a minute. He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. I wanna go to his office too. Take me with you, okay? Pathetic looking wooden box. Ah, that's the box that I had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on there. I worked so hard to make that box. Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been standing in the winding wave of fame and honor. So there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Master Mask had taken the box too. Oh man. Wow, this is awesome. What did Miss Andrews say it was called again? Shichishito. It is a 7 branch sword in Japanese, or so says Miss Andrews. Wow, it's pretty heavy. One hit 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it will sell like hotcakes. There's something about it that bothers me. Oh, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Curly. His sword. Wasn't Mystic-Ami holding it last night? Yes, indeed. Not that, yeah. Awesome, Curly. I wouldn't expect any less from my little Ice apprentice. The sword is bent, so it must mean last night someone used it somehow. Huh, I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atomy must mask the mask with it. Like this. Youch, what the heck? What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before. Oh man, my head, my hair. Hey Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer. A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It's such a cute name. Looks like this computer is for storing the data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them. Let's try the trap that the detective had set up. See if we can find last night's data on this thing. We might even find a photo of Master Mask. Let's see here. Man, I really think at working these things. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot. I don't know how to pull up the photos. I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick. Yeah, well I managed to print out the camera data anyway. Next you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right Nick? Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night. Okay. It's a security camera. It's set up security camera. Yeah, go stand in front of the door and you'll snap your photo too, Curly. Mystic Maya, do you think I should smile? Nah, it's for criminals, so I think you should make a really scary face. Like this. Oh man. Mr. Nick. Oh, experience. Guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya. Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Look what you did, Nick. You spilled paint over here. I didn't do that. If it wasn't here last night, I would have noticed the color is outrageous. Its paint has already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it. Cleaned it before it dried, Nick. Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. Looks like it's been several days since it was spilled. Hey, look at this. What is it? There's some kind of shape left in the bottom, left side of this stain. Huh? You're right. I wonder what it could be. It says organi. Oops, wrong button. No, it doesn't. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters. Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either because this place is a mess. Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh? Wow. This statue of Mystic Ami is so cool. I want the gold statue of myself. We could put it in the office. Hey, it's right and go. How about the gold statue of me? Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange. Huh? Why is it false? The statue of Mystic Ami. Was this where it was last night? No, it wasn't. Huh. I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door. Yeah, I think you're right. Oops. Great job, Barley. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin. The statue was moved the night of the crime. Hey Nick, your cell phone's ringing. Hello, Phoenix, right here. Oh, it's me, Gumshoe. Gumshoe? What is it? What's so funny? I'll tell you what's funny, pal. I finally beat him. I beat Mr. Ace Detective. Finally. This underdog is the alpha dog today. The stuck-up detectives met his match. Yup, I finally caught him. Look, lock, stock and barrel. There's no escape for him. You caught him? Are you saying... You captured Master Mask? Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered. But I still got him. Master Mask surrendered? That's great. So when can we come and pick up the Sacred Urn? Well, you see, I was gonna tell you... What? Something wrong? Do you think you can swing by the detention center sometime? The detention center? He wants to talk to you. Master is. What? He wants to talk to Nick? I'll be waiting for you, pal, so get over here soon. Detention center, huh? Hey pal, welcome to the detention center. You're sure in a happy mood, aren't you? Yep, after all, we got Master Mask. Right, but, so where's the Sacred Urn? Oh, sorry about that, pal. I guess I didn't really think about it before. But you're the victim, in this case. Huh? Well, I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth. You know, he's right, Nick. He is. If you think about it real hard, we are the victims. Well, I guess so, in a way. I'm so used to thinking of the victim as a dead person because we're always on a murder cases. Excuse me. Anyway, I have to get the Sacred Urn back. Please, don't just ignore me. What? Who are you? I'm Master Mask. Oh, okay. Hey Nick, doesn't he look kind of, well, gangly? I'm Ron Delete, the famous Master Mask. I don't think this guy could punch his way out of a wet paper bag. So you're the Master Mask guy. Yes, you bet. No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes and sort of no, if you know what I mean. What's wrong? Well, when I say wrong, what I really mean to say is that it's not right per se. See, it's not spelled mask the mask, it's actually mask the mask. What's with this guy? Well, he's a timid little weakling, we know that much. Don't do that, don't look at me like that, I don't need your pity. And a major crybaby too. So why did you give yourself up? Well, you see, it's because, well, I know why. It's because you stole such a priceless treasure. And now you're overwhelmed with guilt, am I right? Priceless treasure, that broken old urn. I have a little favor to ask. Yes, what is it? Could you go and talk to this Bessie? Bessie? Look, we really want our urn back, so where is it? I'm sorry, I'll give it back, I really will. Maybe not. I can't make promises I can't keep. I'll end up hurting people. Cynic. I couldn't hear what he said, especially the last part. Mr. The Mask, do you think you could speak up a little? Yes sir, I will, I promise. Or maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking my normal voice, so I really can't do anything. Mr. The Mask, about the urn. And didn't realize those like darker words were supposed to be quieter. Oh yes, the urn. Right away. Actually no. I wouldn't mind telling you, but actually I'm afraid you wouldn't believe me anyway. Enough already. State those straight. Please. Please don't yell at me. I'm sorry. That urn, I lost it. What? What did you say? Did you say you lost it? Yes, no, maybe so. I mean, yes, I lost it. What do you mean? Well, you know, I lost it, like I said. These things just happen. You're on the train and you got distracted. Get distracted and you forget your bag, you know. What? You forgot our sacred urn on the train? Wait a minute. You went on the train dressed like that? No, I was just speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway, sorry, I just lost it somewhere. I don't know where. This guy's story is more so rare than a Dalí painting. I really should this creep is Master Mask. Maya, don't call him a creep. Although I do have to admit I understand your doubts about this guy. So who is this Desi person? Please don't talk about my wife like that. I guess she must be his wife. I'm sorry, the truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think you could go and visit her at my hideout? A hideout? Cynic, what does he mean by hideout? Oh sorry, naturally I mean to say my secret base. Secret base? Well, my apartment actually, Palazzo Pelpabet, 3rd floor. Let's go have a look, Nick. The Mask's hideout. Something tells me she just likes the sound of the word hideout. Number 12. Oh, check this place out. That's about it. This is Master Mask's hideout, alright. Who is it? Is that you, Ronnie? Who are you people? Are you Desi Delight? That's right, I'm Desi I suck at pronouncing these names. Desiree. Oh, you must be the lawyer and the victim. Yeah, that's us. Your husband told us to stop by and speak with you. I'm Maya Faye, and this is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Mickey Boy and Maya, huh? I can tell you how grateful I am that you decided to help my Ronnie. Well, haha, you're welcome. Did you really call me Nicky Boy? About your husband. Hey, isn't he the cutest? A bit weak sometimes though. A bit? By the way, did you know they mentioned Maya on TV? Huh, really? They said you own the urn and that you're doing some shady training at the law office. Remind me not to watch that channel's news program. After I saw that, I thought it might be a good idea to meet the lawyer they mentioned. You see, irony, he has a powerful imagination and gets deluded easily. He kept insisting he was going to surrender to the police. I didn't know what to do. Just me, I stole that urn, he kept saying, as if it was even possible. Huh? What? Are you saying he didn't? Of course he didn't. Why would Irony ever do something like that? Well, you know, it's a priceless treasure and he's, you know, possible his own wife doesn't know his secret identity. Me, I'm the kind of woman that needs excitement in her life. Oh, excitement, huh? Yes, I'm at my happiest when I'm racing along with my bike going at full throttle. Riding a motorcycle is like putting your life on the line. You know what I mean? Well, I think it depends on how you ride it. I'm the type that can't stand living a boring, dreary old life with no action. No offense, but your husband, Ron, doesn't exactly look like the risk-taking type himself. You're right about that. He's definitely not one for thrills and danger. But I do have to say that he makes up for it in other ways. Other ways? Yes, money. Ron is incredibly rich and super generous. He bought me a bike that's so fast it would make your head spin. Shopping? I like to shop so much it makes Ron's head spin. The other day, it actually happened. His head actually started to spin. Man, talk about high maintenance wife. So where does Mr. Delight get all this money from? Ronnie is a security guard. They put their lives on the line, right? So they get paid tons of money in return. Tons of it. The security guard. I think it's my turn for my head to spin. Can you tell us about what happened last night? What time did the incident take place again? What time was it again, Maya? Well, according to Detective Gumshoe, it was around 1:30 in the morning. Ah, last night was horrible. I got pulled over. Pulled over? Yes, I always do my best flying at night. Flying? You're talking about your motorcycle, right? Yes, anyway. Last night I got pulled over by a policeman. I can't believe he caught up to me. It was a great chase, let me tell you. When he finally caught me, the poor man was as white as a sheet. It was about 3 in the morning when I finally got home. Sounds like she's got an airtight alibi. How about Mr. Delight? I don't really know. We weren't together at the time of the night. When I got home, he was already fast as a hero. So basically he's got no alibi. That's so mysterious, we're gonna level stuff like this. Really? It's one of our most treasured possessions. There's going to be a whole exhibit by Lord Taylor with these types of things. I look so happy. Set it up like a 1000 volt bulb. Perfect, you can count on Ronnie and me to be there. Sounds like fun. Huh? Oh, yeah. Haha. I'm so excited, light will be starting to flicker. So what do you know about this? No, you can't joke with that, Nick. Then blame is top secret, don't you remember? Oh, oops, sorry about that. But the way she just said top secret was a worse giveaway than what I did. Oh, when I hear the word top secret, it just piques my interest like nothing else. Excuse me, but would you take a look at this? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I guess I don't get that. What? Okay. Mr. Light, you must know, right? But your husband and Mr. Mask. Mr. Mask, of course, I know all about it. My husband is his biggest fan. Yep. What? Huh? Biggest fan? Yes, and Ronnie can be pretty delusional sometimes. That's how this full misunderstanding happened. Wait a minute, did you say delusional? Yes, that's right. I just don't know what I'm going to do with him. You see, Ronnie actually believes that he is Master Mask. What? What am I talking about? So when did Ron first become Master Mask? What am I talking about? He's not Master Mask. Huh? But wait a second. Look around at this room. This place is obviously Master Mask's hideout. No, you're totally wrong. A real thief's hideout wouldn't look like this. It's because Ronnie is so timid himself that he looks up to heroic figures. Heroic figures? But Master Mask is a bad guy. So he's deluded, huh? Would that really be true? Anyway, if he really had stolen the urn, wouldn't he still have it? Well, I suppose so. Then why don't you ask him if he has the urn or not? Which is a point. The delight isn't exactly the criminal type. Something about Ron's behavior bothers me. Maybe it's true. Maybe Mr. Delight isn't Master Mask after all. Say, can I ask you something, Nicky boy? What is it? I know I may seem like a bad girl on the outside. The one thing I won't stand for is illegal activity. I had a feeling you wouldn't. You're tough, but I can tell you've got a good heart. Somebody framed my poor Ronnie, I just know it. Could you give this to Ronnie for me? The letter? Yes, for Ronnie. I want him to fight back. Misty Light. Okay, you've got it. Just relax and leave it all to us. Oh, that's right. Here, this from your wife. Oh, from Desi. Thank you. Actually, more like taken. My dear Ronnie, how are you? I'm doing fine. Cutting onto that letter so hard, the ink is going to be squeezed out. You look so happy. You tried the letter to Mystic Maya too, Mr. Nick. Mr. Lawyer? Yes. The letter that Desi wrote, she said, ask this guy to be your lawyer. Huh? I know this would be asking a lot, but could you please take my case? My trial starts tomorrow. Hey, hang on a second. He can't be your lawyer. Why not? What do you mean, why not? We're the victims in this case, right? Victims of the mask guy. Well, yeah, but according to Desiree, he didn't do it. He said, poor man, he settled himself into thinking he did it, right, Mr. Nick? Come on, she could be lying to protect her husband. Well, that's true. No, actually not. Actually, it's hard to say. Oh no, it's spreading. Oh, please, I'll give you the treasure of your choice in return. What should I do? I wonder what happens if we refuse. Don't do it, Nick. He's a thief. He's Nick. I agree with Mystic Maya. Well, I admit something about this guy's things like last week, should we? I guess I really should say no, but if I do that, this poor guy will have nobody on his side. Well, Mr. Delight, I've decided to take your case. Really, you will? Mr. Nick, I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have trusted you. Charles? Can you defend this person after what he did to Mystic Maya? I'll never forgive you. Ever. Surely. Wait. It's going to be ugly. I'll go after her. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Well, you couldn't have known she'd react like that. I guess I might as well start investigating. Oh, Maya. Where's Pulse? Let's going back to the office. Go check in on her later, would you? What about you? Are you okay with me taking Mr. Delight's case? Yeah, I'm fine, Nick. I believe in you. I think I'm going to cry. I know you have a lot of work to do. I really appreciate it. Okay, Nick, let's get the show on the road. It's a detective agency. Looks more like the set of some B-grade horror movie. Hello, is anyone here? Looks like nobody is home. What a waste of time. Hey, I know. Let's take the framed picture back with us as a memento. Don't you dare, Maya. Guess we'll have to try back later. Okay, I guess, yeah. The creepy painting, it's like he's looking right at me. We should put up a big portrait of you in the office, Nick. I can even paint it for you. Maybe you can pose while cleaning the toilet. I need to prepare something a bit more dignified. Hey Nick, what's this thing here? It's called a gramophone. The old days people used them to listen to music. Don't be serious. I think it's probably for purifying the air or something. I'll bet you 50 cents. Come on, what do you say? Forget it. You never pay up when you lose. Oh, it's a huge half. That's a fireplace. So what's the difference? You need to stop touching things based on narrow minded contrast. Right, sorry. Okay. It's an impressive bookshelf filled with some very impressive books. My life as an ace detective. Unabridged edition. But look at me. It's detective. It's even got one of those ships in a bowl thingies. Would you look at that? There's a little look at me at the helm. How cute. There's a microscope here too. I wonder if he was researching something. Glass stands have different names on them. This one says virus. Guess he's dying to make a name for himself, huh? It's getting kind of irritating actually. It says he's literally covered with all sorts of chemistry equipment. Oh, I just love chemistry. Say Nick, I bet you didn't know this, but water is made up of carbon and hydrogen. No, not carbon. Oxygen. Oxygen and hydrogen. Oh, well, there are always alternative theories, I guess. If by alternative theories you mean the ones you make up inside the head of your oh, wait. Okay. Maya! Oh, Miss Andrews. I'm so sorry, it's my fault. Your precious urn. Your precious urn. Please, calm down. What's wrong? It never ends. Everything I thought ends in failure. Maya, I'm sorry. I'll do anything to make it up to you. No, it's okay. I know I don't look it, but I'm good with my hands. I could make you another urn. Hold on, just wait, okay? Breathe, calm down, and talk to us. Forgive me, forgive me. Hold on. Okay. So when did you get the calling card from Master Mask? Let's see, exactly 10 days ago. I was going to show it to the police, but that detective stopped me. So yes, detective asked me to help with security. Yes, in fact, it was about 20 days ago that I hired him. He seemed to know much more about the mask, Master Mask than the police. So I hired him for security even before the calling card arrived. Well, yes, I had a premonition that something bad might happen. I've learned to trust my hunchies. So that's why there are security cameras even in the basement warehouse. Yes. Ah, God. Lord Taylor is very serious about the security camera measures. It was their way of saying bring it on to any potential thieves. Sure brought it last night, and even left with a nice souvenir. Can you tell us a bit about the security for the treasure exhibit? It was all my fault. I never should have called it this paltry to a collection and treasure exhibit anyway. Why do you say that? The urn that was stolen is a pretty important object. Maybe, but its actual value after appraisal was, well, practically zero. Zero? I paused it until it was just about clone. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. But the urn contains the soul of mystic Ami. Anyway, I left all the security arrangements to the detective at me. But 5 days ago I began receiving all sorts of other exhibit items from Wright. Lots of people started going in and out of the warehouse down there. So maybe one of them was actually Master Mask in disguise. No, I personally checked out everyone that came through here, so that's not possible. My adventure probably even checked out what they ate for breakfast that morning. Miss Andrews? I know, it's my fault, but what's the next time? Made up. I'm just wasting my time. It's too far gone. Okay. Ah, Mr. Nick, welcome back. Oh, hey Pearls, you're back too, I see. I went and bought us a strawberry cake. I'll go make some tea to go with it. Hey, Pearls. Looks like she feels really bad about what happened at the detention center. Maya, the tea is ready. Oh, thanks. Come on, Mr. Nick, please have some of this cake. Yeah, thanks. Pearls. Oh, excuse me, I was in the middle of cleaning the toilet. Hey, it's okay, I just cleaned it this morning. Too late. It might be a good time for me to ask about her. I first met Pearls a year ago. It was when the murder happened at Grain Village. I still remember what she said to me when we first met. You're Mr. Nick, right? You're Mystic Maya's special someone? Hey Maya, I've always thought it was because she was young, but what? Pearls, I think she's got the wrong idea about you and me. There's something you need to understand. What is it? It's kind of like a crime, but it's custom, sort of. Pearl seems to love you a lot. Well, it's because I'm her only cousin and, well, because of the murder of kids last year, Pearl's mother is... Oh yeah. I remember now. Pearl's mother, Morgan Fay, is serving a prison term in isolation right now. You see, I'm the only family Pearl has right now. But it's the same for me too. Maya. My mother's gone too. There are hardly any men in Grain Village. Now that you mention it, I never actually saw any men when I visited. I'm pretty sure I told you about it a long time ago. But how supernatural powers run very strong in the Fae family. Yeah, you did. And that's why you're undergoing training to be a spirit medium, right? Yeah, the thing is, only women can actually inherit the spiritual power. That's why the whole culture of Grain Village kinda revolves around its women. So that's understandable. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but because of that, there tends to be a lot of unsuccessful marriages. Oh. Well, men start to feel left out after a while, and then they just start leaving. Especially if the man has a daughter. Are you saying that Pearl's father? It's gone. He left the village when she was very young. Why, that's tough. Yeah, and she grew up seeing nothing but unhappy marriages all around her. That's why she's so sensitive to things like that. Your mother is still missing? Yeah, and no one has any idea where she is. My mother, Misty Faye, current master of the Grand Channeling technique. She disappeared 17 years ago after getting involved in a certain police case. You're sure she's still alive, right? Yeah, I know she is. It's sort of a spirit medium thing. If your mother doesn't come back, then what? According to the laws of the village, I'll become the next master. Maya, the master of the growing technique. Sounds like a heavy responsibility. Yeah, but there's no one else with the blood of the Bay main family who's a spirit medium. Well, Nick, why don't we go out and start investigating? We're not going to learn anything just sitting around the office. Yeah, I know, but first I want to talk to Pearls. Is it Nick? Yeah. I acted like a baby. Pearls. How they do, even though Mystic might trusted you completely. I guess I still have a lot of training to do. Is it Nick? Yes. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize for what I said. Oh, it's okay, I'm the one that should be apologizing. Well, I'm going out now for a little bit. Huh? Where are you going? Maybe small, but I still have a lot of spirit shining power. So I'm going to show you I can be useful too, by finding some evidence. Oh man. Hey, wait a... Ah, she sure runs fast. Nick, let's back off and give her some room, okay? Yeah. I'm sure that Curtis said what she did. Oh, it's fine. It was nothing. I mean, had to smooth things out over with Belzea somehow. Can we go to here now? Hello? Well, how lovely it is to see you again, my dear. Welcome to my abode. Relax and soak up the atmosphere. We're actually kind of silence. Hehehe. Precisely as I expected. What is Svari? The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A liar and a spirit medium. Am I correct? I think we've already been through this. Huh, so my estimation was correct. Svari, how truly elegant. Now then, what can I do for you? You mentioned before that you were on guard duty all alone last night. Precisely, it is my 5th encounter with my arch enemy. I refuse to allow anyone to interfere with the rightful pursuit of my prey. I heard you've been after Master Mask since his very first theft. Yes, my dear, as you've done your homework. In his very first heist, Wild Thief pilfered the famous jewel, the Tear of Emanon. I first encountered him in the museum's sacred hall, the crime scene itself. So that's why you were hired as secret treasure exhibit? For sure, he said. That Adrian Andrews hired him. Yes, I borrowed some equipment from Lordly Taylor and set the perfect trap. Cost me the security camera. I thought you were watching the area yourself, too. So how did Master Mask manage to still learn? That's the million-dollar question. What is Master Mask's modus operandi? Is that me? Did you know about the Sacred Urn? I'm interested in only one thing, my dear, and that is Master Mask. Sacred Urn? Has nothing to do with this case. But wasn't that what Master Mask told this time? I am a hunter, sir. The urn was nothing more than a lure to catch my prey. Do you yourselves remember the shape of the individual peanuts you throw at the pigeons? I don't think I like this guy, said Nick. Well, anyway, it looks like he doesn't know about the urn. There's something that's kind of bothering me. Please, my dear, ask me anything you like. After all, we are all but seekers, wandering alone in the dark. Well, I was wondering how Master Mask managed to steal the urn. I mean, isn't it strange that you don't seem to know? Yeah, now that you mention it, it is strange. After all, you were on guard that night at the scene of the crime. Once you were sound asleep, you should have at least seen a Master Mask. Oh, I see. What the? Cyclock? Cyclock? Hey Nick, what is this Cyclock thing? Well, the Armageddon lets me see when people are keeping secrets. By breaking their mental blocks, I can find out what those secrets are. What? This Magadam has that kind of power? Oh yeah, you're the one who gave me this Magadam last year. Well, it's true that this Magadam is a prized family heirloom, but Freddy was the one that actually imbued it with spiritual powers, right? That's why I don't really know much about what it can do. It's the woman that's going to take over the crime channel in school someday. So how do you do it? How do you break the Cyclock thing? Well, you present the Magadama to the person with the secret. Cool, I can't wait to see it in action. Come on, try it out. Oh boy, I think the future master still needs to learn how to be patient. Detective at me. You were standing guard at the scene of the crime. There's no way you didn't see Mastermind commit the crime. Well now, I can hardly see why you're so positive about that. Yes, indeed I was guarding the warehouse, that much is true. But I can tell you for certain that not a single person passed through the door. Not sure why, but this enemy guy is lying through his teeth. I know, I'll show you some proof. Really at me, I have here proof that someone went through the door last night. There was a security camera set up at the scene of the crime. It should have automatically taken a photo of anyone that went through the door. Precisely. Hope you don't mind, but we've already gotten our hands on the camera data. As you can see, the camera went off exactly once last night. Wow. But my monocle didn't catch anyone in its pass. It must be some kind of computer malfunction. It must be. Maybe it was your monocle that malfunctioned. What, are you saying I didn't do my duty properly? Detective at me. You must have seen the thief last night. The question is, why are you trying to hide it? If he's hiding it, there must be some reason. Some reason that he desperately wants to keep hidden. And I've got just a piece of evidence that should prove it. Okay, let's suppose you didn't manage to see Master Mask. In that case, the reason you didn't at the time was because you were... I'm afraid making a guess is not enough. Time to put your money where your mouth is. Show me your evidence. Detective at me. You were knocked unconscious by the thief, weren't you? Hahaha, surely you must be joking. You think that I, look at me, could be knocked unconscious so easily? This sword proves it. That's... Before the theft, this sword was in the hand of the statue of Amy Faye. Furthermore, at that time it was not bent. There's only one explanation. You were struck on the head and knocked unconscious by the sword. Well, detective, how about it? I'm impressed. You truly are an ace attorney. I can't deny that there may be a small hint of truth in what you say. So you were knocked out when the thief first clobbered you. Clobber, what an ugly way of saying it, but I suppose you could put it that way. The coward struck at the precise moment I turned to look at the computer. So you never noticed that the thief had entered the warehouse. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Perhaps the air ducts or the sewer pipes. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. Ouch, Mr. Admin should have his poor head examined. You can say that again. How could he have underestimated the thief that badly? Well, it looks like we got one thing cleared up anyway. What? That Admin is the greatest detective in the world? No, he never actually saw the thief. that's right. The thief it may not even be Master Mask. Just one moment, Sir Lawyer. The thief was unquestionably Master Mask. But you never actually saw him. Perhaps so, but I installed a security camera for just such a contingency. Oh. Last night the camera went off exactly once. Behold, this is a photo of the battle. That's the thief taken by the security camera. That's him. Master Mask. Thief can be none other than the arch criminal Master Mask. After all, it's a very good reason for committing such brazen crimes. What are you talking about? So, what did you mean by he had a very good reason? Exactly that. Mr. Delight had a very good reason to dress up and commit those crimes. There should be a green envelope somewhere in his room. You'll need to go and investigate. But how would you know about that? Have you forgotten? There's been the finest estate ever to walk the face of the earth. The most brilliant mind since, well, ever. Look at me. Well, I guess we'd better go take a look, just in case. Whoops. Oh, that's so cute. It's called the hot air balloon, you know. Wow, there's no fooling you. I want to make my own balloon now. I'll even let you ride on it, Nick. The emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. That's proof enough that Rondell Light really is Master Mask. Fair, true enough, I suppose, maybe. It's kinda scary when it comes to celebrities. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here. Duck and cover. It's a missile. Did you know there's dynamite in missiles? But they are not heavy enough to be real. Oh wait, they are just really well made toys. What are the rolls of paper stuck in the trash can? Lift off the measuring stone, the great albatross strategy. Lift off the immortal goddess statue, the great knuckle bomber strategy. The police even investigate this place. This thing looks vaguely familiar. Oh, I know, it's a fishbowl. Well, an upside down one, anyway. Needs a helmet. An alien helmet. That looks like a tape recorder or something next to it. I think it's a transceiver. An alien transceiver. Nick, do you think maybe you could act like a grown up a little bit? Being lectured by Maya to be more of an adult. That's a new law. These are old bags from last game, right? Hey, Nick, remember what Detective Atomy said? A green envelope, huh? Looks like this is it. Okay, let's have a look. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 AM on October 12th and bring $50,000. 50,000? This is a blackmail letter. Sure looks like a major clue, right? Oh, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. Won't take but a second, I promise. Oh, thank you for coming. That's so nice of you. When I see a damsel in distress, I just can't help myself. Please, come on. I'll make some coffee. Really? Okay, I guess I'll make myself at home, pretty lady. Wait a minute. I know the voice. Oh, Nicky boy, I'm so sorry, but I've got another guest. You're... Nick, it's you, and Maya too. What a fluke. Larry. Long time no see. What, you know each other? Nicky boy. Nick, do you and this girl have, you know, something going on? Something? If you mean what I understand. I underestimated you, Nick. A gorgeous lady like this. Married too. Way to go, dude. Anyway, just when things gonna get any worse, it's time to cue in the butts. Sorry, Butts. Ever since grade school, he's been. Well, he's like a close friend, but yeah, we know each other. Hey man, that wasn't nice. I was your very first client. You've got quite the storied history, he and I. And what we used to say still rings true. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Hey, come on now, you're embarrassing me. In front of this pretty little thing here. So it's your old childhood friend, I see. Go ahead and get the phone. I'm going to go check on my bike. I just got this, Desi. So how you been, Nick? To be see if you really want to know. So what have you been up to this whole time? It's been 2 years since I heard from you. And what's with those clothes? You look, well, weird. Hey man, that's uncalled for. This is my uniform for my part-time job. But I can't believe it's been 2 years. They say time flies when you're having fun. Ha 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 ha. What's wrong? Nick, I gotta tell you. Women, I don't trust them anymore. You got dumped again. Well, you know Benifer? I followed her all the way to Japan 2 years ago. That's where I met the famous Katie Tom. My whole life changed. Benifer, Katie Tom. I never heard of either of them. Anyway, dude. Hey Tom, so Hollywood over me. Can you believe it? Well, actually... Anyway, sounds like you had quite the adventure. Women. They're so... Oh, but you're different, Maya. You're not like the rest. Looks like he's still the same old Larry. So what are you doing here anyway? Huh? What do you mean by that? I'm just a natural born nice guy, that's all. Well, actually, I picked this up last night while I was working. A wallet? You say you found this last night? Yeah, it had a driver's license in it, so I figured I'd just return it myself. Hang on, let me see it for a minute. I knew it. This is pictures in here. I guess he really digs his wife, huh? Hey Nick, it's not that what you're thinking at all. I'm pretty sure it is. You haven't changed a bit. Oh, no way, man. I mean, she's a married woman. That's just bad news. She really is here just to check out Mr. Delight. They said you found it at your job, right? Yeah, I'm working for a private security company as a guard. Chicks just love a guy in uniform, you know. Security guard, huh? So that's what that uniform is all about. So what time was it when you found this last night? Huh? Why are you asking that? Trying to see if I've got an alibi? You're not the one on the hook for a crime this time, buddy. I guess it was around 1 in the morning on the first floor of our company building. What was Mr. Delight's wallet doing there? Anyway, there's nothing weird about that. After all, he works there. He works there? You mean? Mr. Delight? Sure. Here, take a look at this. It's right there in his wallet. What's his card? It's a key card for the security company. See, it's got a serial number on it right there. There's no mistake about it. You said you're working part-time at a security company, right? That's right. Why are you making that scary face? Security company, huh? Something's not quite secure about Larry working there. I need to find out as much as I can about this key card. Feeling evidence hook. Alright. Okay, never mind then, I guess. I'm confused. Oh, okay. So I was supposed to go to here, but I guess I'm just supposed to. Isn't something else? I don't know. Tongue or something? So this thing is using feeling. Yes, I'm afraid. This man surrendered to the police, admitting that he was Master Mask. Maybe so, but I'm not convinced that he's really behind the thefts. He is. It's pretty sure. Just look at his forehead. It's all in the shape of his mouth and eyes. It is the classic face of a thief. It's unmistakable. What? Is there anything that isn't unmistakable to you? So sort of the Master Mask finalized. Last time I came close and managed to retrieve the stone treasure. Mark my words, this criminal of humanity will be found guilty in due time. And then I'll look at me, I see him, will dance with joy. I have no clue what you're blabbering about, but I guess I'll find out soon. Oh. Wait, what the heck? Hold on. Wait. Should I... What? Did I somehow miss something? Oh, I see. That makes more sense. Sure about this keycard. Yep, that's the keycard we use at the building I work in. According to the serial number, this one is from the CEO's office. You need to get out of that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Leaves a record? Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. Larry, I need that data. Whoa, slow down, man. Sorry, but that data is off limits to outsiders. Tells it up, I'd never have a chance with Desi. Sounds like thieves when I wish the layers weren't so powerless. You didn't touch anything with the wallet, did you? Hey man, be serious. You know what I was interested in? If Master Mask doesn't look out, he's gonna be the victim of a robbery himself. Hey Larry, what about this? What? If you've got something to say, then say it already. Huh? Blackmail letter? I don't know anything about this. What? I don't know anything about Alexis, and that's the truth. Huh? What? I can't believe you do this to me. I thought you were my friend. $50,000. I don't have that kind of money. No, you don't understand. This blackmail letter was sent to Trondell from the light. Hugh, man, you scared me. I almost had a heart attack, you idiot. Wait, I'm the idiot? Man, I'm totally confused because it says KP security right on the envelope. Yeah, so what? That's where I got the part-time job at KP security. What? I should really find out some more about this KP security company. KP security, the company in the blackmail letter, you know about it? That's where I work, yeah. In fact, I'm on a job right now. Huh? So what are you doing here then? Well, the boss is away right now, and you know what mice do when the cat's away. Yes. Anyway, how far away is this company? We see about 30 minutes by car, I guess. Well, if you fly down the road anyway. Well, this apartment building is pretty close to Lord Taylor, right? And it would take roughly an hour to go from here to KB security and back. If Rondelite was at KB security when the robbery occurred, then... Whoa. Then he couldn't have stolen the secretary. Hey Nick, your phone. Hello, is this the right residence? Ah, Pearls, where are you? I thought I'd go to Lord Taylor to try to find some more clues, but I'm afraid I've gotten lost. What? Give me that phone, Nick. Pearly, where are you right now? I was walking along and I found myself in front of the person's office. That person who doesn't act his age and always says sorry when he's excited. Look at me, it's Declan. Okay, stay right there, we're coming to get you. Alright, I'm a little scared. Alright, let's go, Maya. Wait a second, Nick. What? The phone calls us now. Sound like a real cutie. Not one of your special friends. Say goodbye to Mr. Light for me, would you, Larry? Wow. Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya, Pearly. I never thought I'd see the two of you again. So is Mr. A still out of the office? Yes, when I arrived here, there wasn't a single soul inside. Same, Nick. Doesn't it look like something changed since we were here last? Now that you mention it. This bag, I'm sure it wasn't here before. Looks quite full. I wonder what could be in here. Hey Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy duddy. It's an important investigation. That's true. And truth be told, I had to admit I'm kinda curious. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kinda hard and smooth. Well, hello there. He's here. What are you doing, Sir Lawyer? I'm shocked to see a servant of the court ignoring the law so flagrantly. I'm really sorry. Maya made me do it. Nick, I can't believe you. A gentleman never uses a lady as an excuse for his own poor behavior. The real question is, can you afford to waste time lollygagging about here? What do you mean by that? Perhaps I should make myself more clear. Tomorrow's trial. Sorry. Shall we say the figurative Sir William will be dropping his panties before lunchtime? Oh, Nick, sounds like it's gonna be really exciting. What's going to happen at the trial tomorrow? That's so dramatic. Do you know what your biggest mistake so far has been, Sir Lawyer? It was becoming a lawyer in the first place. That certainly does sound like a big mistake, Mr. Nick. Tomorrow will be a day to remember. Look at me, we'll take the stand. Thank you for the follow. Strawberry Sweet Varia. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Appreciate it. And then, sorry, my testimony will prove to be the undoing of the lot of you. Yes, all of you. I will unmask you as the thieves conspirators. What? Conspirators? Hehe. You're quick on the defensive, I see. However, it's not that that is your greatest enemy. There's a far more dangerous threat you will face during the trial. What are you talking about? So, Lawyer, if you truly are who you say, I'm sure you've heard of him. His name is Godot. You Godot? You have taken a step down the path of foolishness. To try to defend a career criminal who deserves nothing less than the death penalty. Hey, last time I checked, no one knows for sure that Mr. Delight really is the mask. My dear lady, times may change, but people sadly do not. Well, you will understand this when you are more mature. Who is this good person? It's not surprising that the spirit medium has not heard the name. Godot, the prosecutor whose equal cannot be found in this country, but in heaven. Godot, a legendary myth, men pin a lifetime of hopes on the chance to simply meet him. Prosecutor Godot? The best prosecutor in the country isn't Godot, it's Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Nick? It's no surprise that the spirit medium such as yourself would know nothing of this. Today's prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, is currently traveling abroad. Ah? In fact, it was Mr. Edgeworth who acknowledged Godot as the best in this country. Do you agree with that? Most certainly. In fact, you could call him to look at me of the prosecutor's office. Well, that's good to hear. Prosecution has a fighting chance tomorrow. And is this God of 3D that's wrong? I seem to remember hearing about someone like that. Not surprising. Some people spent their entire lives idly waiting for his appearance. Looks like we're done investigating for the day. Sir Lawyer. The stage has been set and all the pieces are finally in place. All that remains now is for the dance to begin. Prosecutor, a nice detective and a thief. This will be one tough trial. Oh boy. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's only 4 testimonies in this trial, it seems. So it shouldn't take too much, I guess. Should be able to do it today. 9:36 AM. Hey Nick, why is it? Is something wrong? No, but you did see all the people here. It's crazy. But did you see all the people? Not you did. Oh, so check out the mask. We'll see both. You bought this where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Mastermind published the photo stuck into the court record. I'm guilty. Throw the book at me. Screaming like that. Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me. He said it again. I sent the calling card to Lord Loldy Taylor. I admitted it. But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you... yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please. I'll tell you, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. You see, actually, thief is me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that from my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ronnie's Master Mask or not. There's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. It's delight. It's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have the trust Desire. Desiree. Okay. Not this guy. Police are assessing for the trial of Mr. Rondelite. Defense is ready, Your Honor. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. You say. Fine, let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? What? No, I'm not. I'll pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I'm Godot. Legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case. Why is everyone we battle against? Almost everyone like this. Never lost a case. Ah, it's the one that the detective at me was talking about. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Huh, none. What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Well... Okay, what? Never? But you said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost, I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask in a court of law? Ah, don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy is the real deal, alright, Nick? Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet Mr. Phoenix trying. Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me trying. Just who is this masked man? I returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobbo is cut out, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to come see you. There's only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Wright. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two. Well then, let's hear from the first witness. My name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know, that's all. Stop talking, we're listening. Yes, sir. Alright, witness, first, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Master Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his first, 5th heist, and as usual he's in the card to Lord the Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we are sure it was Master Master. It fits the MO, the T. So then the actual identity of this Master Mask is... Mr. Goddard, what are you... What the hell? We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Goddard. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh please, proceed. Very well, it's only coffee after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Mask who stole the urn. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean? How can you say it's a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Goddard, what is the value of the urn? Appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item Master Mask would normally go after. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the second urn was not the work of Mr. Master Mask. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but... well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Master Master or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Goddard? This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Kodot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now. Mr. Wright. What? You're really a man. You should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. You're saying it wasn't Master Mask that stole the urn. Must be someone imitating a Master Mask. Some methods, a fake. A fake the mask. Fake the mask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. Now before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, is that right? Proof that the person who appeared at Lord Taylor that night was actually a fake. If I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid. It's right. You're waiting, so I'm going to have to prove it. And it proves that the person at Lord Taylor that night was in fact fake the mask. Try to find if there's difference. Oh yeah, there is. The proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera. But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ah, well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this picture is so peculiar. It's right here, of course. You mean Master Mask? I've here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. And the publicity photo I brought this morning. The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on the mask's chest. A breach here. Bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once. A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. The mask in the security camera photo. Ah, he has no brooch. That brooch is the same as the emblem on the mask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lord Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Master Mask is a fake. I've been fooled again. Order. It's true, undeniably true. Did I think I'm sure? How could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey now. If you're gonna have the pity party, invite me too. Second, you deserve some blame on this too. How could you have overlooked this large brooch? Ah, the brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this? Ah, that's Master Mask's brooch. Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? It was a dummy face statue. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. Gosh, this guy is one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rondelight's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Order into court. Mr. Goodall, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my like girlfriend here. Take good care of her. I mean, it appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh, Phoenix, we have a problem. Huh, you mess with Godot, and you get burned. He's been playing me like a violin. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me? Well, I haven't proven anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. It doesn't sound good at all. Oh man. Betty, bring the next witness into the courtroom. That's a tough one. It would probably be Edgeworth, to be honest. Simply, like, he has a lot of character development and stuff. It's a really good character, in my opinion. Finally, time for the East Detective to make his appearance, huh? Once again, just one drip of the coffee, but let's hurry it up. What is that analogy? What the hell? Silence. Now I see, it's all becoming clear. What's clear? Swery. The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a coffee maniac at that. Am I correct? Well, yes, that's right. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. What? Well, sir, prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star rather, illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off. I've heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone on the security detail. You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 detective gumshoes. If detective gumshoe was worth anything, that is. Wow. Oh god, poor gumshoe. How's this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly ascended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness followed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal. I suppose they made monocle never misses a thing. However, it's limited to things that fall within my own visual range. Of course, that's only natural. I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening. Well, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We're not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Master Mask, my arch enemy. That's what my instincts and my years of experience tell me. Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. minutes. What? Okay. Let's try pressing for now, I guess. So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning on the 12th, correct? Impressive direction, Sir Lawyer. You were secretly duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? Primary question. I was in the basement warehouse near the computer. Huh? But then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it. Up to that point I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief. Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday too. I'm sure also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before. Precisely, that's precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Also, the thief was the one applying pressure. In your pretending head, that is. In any case. Dancingly descended. From where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? An accident he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow, while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes. Hereby W.A. Duns. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened. Well, this is a difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask, that's all I can recall. This is very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. I captured his image perfectly. It should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Tell me, do you have a problem with the photo? Good, then let's continue with the testimony. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing. That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you also remember it too. You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. You may have brains, but the firing to self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then... About his 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elusium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying. I think he's saying that he was out cold. So, what happened during these 30 minutes? No one can say or not. The span of time has truly vanished into the ether. So what is it going on about? There's something suspicious about it at me. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. That can't be right. Don't experience. Huh? Which piece? Your question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Although, what evidence is it exactly? Is it the... Yeah, that didn't make sense. Is this even this? I mean, it would make sense it would be this. Maybe. Or I could land this in a strike now. Oh, what was that? How could I not have noticed? I mean, you're right. Maybe. Never mind. Why am I dumb? Where's the contradiction? Okay. Am I been on the right statement? I don't know, it's one of these statements. It has to be right. I do have the guide ready, but I don't want to check it just yet. Oh, but wait. Of course. Why am I stupid? That's me. Can you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Master Mask. It is, in point of fact, Master Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously it wasn't clued on well enough. And what? It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha. We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. It's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You did it at me. Detective at me. You must have fought with the thief that night. So why do you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. No. Wait just a moment, sir, old timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. You can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? Talk too much. Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on, it's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me? Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. Look at me. I agree completely. It is true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated belated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. True gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck through, bam, and that's all she brought. So then you did get a glimpse of Master Mask. Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. Seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case. That can't be good. Oh man. Well, what do you think, Nick? There's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This look at me guy, he's definitely hiding something. But why? I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. About the true nature of this detective. So why did you look away from the door anyway? In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer, elegantly of course. So we're momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer. So should I ask some more questions? What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat detecting, infrared and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. This all of hardware, was it all yours? Lord the Taylor department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, sir lawyer? So did the computer belong to Lord the Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. It was specially designed by me to look at me. In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, sir lawyer? What does that mean? Discombobulated? Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway? I forgot, what was I saying? Jeez, it's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with the testimony. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Naturally, the thief had no idea that I look at me was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he's talking about the shishito. The thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness? You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities. But of course, in college I was the second in charge of the boxing club. I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Master Mask. This guy is a real piece of work. Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was avaricious. Avaricious? I seemed at me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That of course was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light. It seemed to come from the statue of the woman. Statue of Amy Faye, I'm guessing. That wasn't very much helpful at all. What do you think, Nick? Oh, there's something at present. This is at me fighting style. I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? See at me fighting style? Well, Mr. Wright, what about the testimony? Of course it's important. You learned a detective secret technique after all. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. What the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness. Go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony. Detective Atme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, Survivor. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. Yes. Yes. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. It seems I've made another mistake. Get it at me. It's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hit the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with the security. Changes such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. What's wrong? Oh, that voice. The earth is human, forgive divine. Humans aren't machines, they have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on, it's not as pretty as that. Really? What is it like then? Always says the riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. Is it? This might just be my chance to turn things around. So Wright, what exactly is it that you are selling? Very well, Gunnar. Spencer says that. Well, honestly, like, from the first time I met me, this was my thoughts. But I guess I'll go with it for now. The answer is simple, it's all clear to me now. Did you look at me as true and it is actually mask to mask. Yeah. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural paths to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then in his last case he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at the... Oh please, the explanation is far simpler than that they at me. The truth is that you are in fact mask to mask. Ugh. But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows mask to mask. The security camera belongs to Lord Lee Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. So the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness? Ha. The mask's MO is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, so lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Leave at me. When he assumed the thief's identity. Object. Okay. Wowie. Godot Blend number 102, my personal favorite. Mr. Godot. The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But is it, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork guilt. Mr. Wright, if the detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. Do I have the proof? I don't know. Fuck. But that better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. Scott would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly. Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush? Are you writing? That man looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. Can I really do it? Precise evidence that proves Mr. Look at me is in fact Master Mask. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Ha, that's what I thought. Man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. It's no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief. Give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But what? Are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So you come to your senses, have you, sir lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. It's good out. Yeah. What? Who? Oh, hi. Who are you? Doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's inside? What's in the bag? Well, that's the sacred urn. Nick, it's the urn. Order, order, order. You, madame. That urn. Where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective. Look at me. Oh, Desi, you're the best. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are going to have a hard time breathing out of this one. Huh, pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, sir. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved? For casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Her name is Desiree. Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yes, what about it? Ah, how charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that someone earn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. But I just found it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witnessing. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. It's a lie. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that the urn was actually in the Admin Detective Agency. What's wrong? Isn't it your job to come up with something to say? Come on, it should be easy to prove. After all, we checked out the back, didn't we? You're right, I remember doing that. The door was in there, it was hard and round, and smooth too. Yes, it must have been there, it must have. But I never actually saw it with my own eyes. Let me walk in just when I was about to have a look at it. So even if it was there and in there, I can testify that it was. Ah, you're right. It looks like I was wrong about you, Mr. Wright. In this town overflowing with lies, there's still a single flickering candle of truth. Nicky boy. Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn, but maybe I can still testify about it from another angle. But why, Mr. Wright? Have you given up yet? There must be some way. I've got to prove that the urn was actually in that detective agency. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I'm always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? Tristan's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Nick, what are you going to do now? I'm too far to turn back now. I must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. Let's propose the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Let me give you an important piece of advice. One who keeps a cool head all the way until the game's end is the winner. Let me give you an even more important piece of advice, Mr. Wright. Oh wait, I'm done. Of course it would have her because... Oh fuck. That doesn't prove anything, yeah. Never mind. That's... God. The urn was put in that bag and carried to the detective's office yesterday. It means the person I should be fingering is the person who left their prints on the urn yesterday at the Admin Detective Agency. Oh! I'm fucking dumb! Didn't really think there's someone that could fit the bill. Fuck! Oh, yeah. So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Is that me? Do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey Nick, come on, open it up. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. Well, that was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on the urn. My fingerprints are on there. And it proves that the urn was in Detective Admin's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What do you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I paused it until it was just about closing. Yeah. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Admit Detective Agency. Ah, this blend. Go to blend number 107. I've decided. So it'll be there after all. Order. I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying? Yes, I've finally broken him down. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. It's not nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I'm the one and only Master Mask. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. What the fuck? Well, Mr. Vedot, what's Mr. Admin's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. But it looks like that matter has been settled. I can permanently suppose the besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief. You were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. The court finds to defend Mr. Ron Delight. You're wrong. Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This could be happening. The thief, the sneaky, obvious thief. Odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me, I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please. I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but the sovereignty of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass it. What are you talking about? I already confessed. Oh man. Don't just stand there drinking coffee. Ah, hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir. If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you mean. If you're a Master Mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. I'll be happy to, Nick. It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail. I swear. Okay then, talk. We are all listening. Oh well. Let's all have a listen to this confession. The truth is, I've been Master Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Master Mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night of the urn. The urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night, and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see it right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch as an acting, and I know the door handle. And you can turn it off, that's all. I don't like the direction this trial has taken. That's how every trial goes, at least with me anyway. You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, right? If you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. Make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Master Mask. Thanks so much, Mr. Good. I'll do my best. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. God. I think you're the real Master Mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told this yet, about my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons. The way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it? Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose. Sure do, it sounds like we're about to get sidetracked again. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she'd believe me anyway. Second, if there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, it's criminals. If that's the case, then why do you ever start thieving to begin with? Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. She's the love of my life, you know. I guess you could say I'm a Desi-aholic. So you have a complicated family situation after all. Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony, I beg of you. I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know that you're the real Master Master, not just some kind of obsessed fanboy. Hey now, that's not fair. Why do you have to do all the hard work anyway? Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim for a change. Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already. I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be a Master Mask. Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we? For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Dillon couldn't have stolen the urn. Anyway, with no alibi. I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi. But I tell you, I wasn't Lord Taylor that night. No, that's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse. Hold on. Where's it, Nick? I was on the light when the crime happened anyway. You can prove he had an alibi after all. This case will be a piece of cake. Well, you're right, but... you think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. Well, I think maybe I can. It's alright. Do you have any evidence that shows that the defendant has an alibi? I have the evidence, or do you think I'm still some sort of third-rate rookie? Oh, I've never seen you this angry before. I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. Thought I was more confident than angry. Well then, let's see this evidence already. Let's go with evidence that proves where your client wasn't the night of the crime. It's a delight. I believe you've seen this before, correct? That's... what is it? Blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. A blackmail? According to this letter, at 1 o'clock in the morning on the night of the crime, Mr. Light was ordered to go to the offices of KB Security. 1 o'clock in the morning? Correct. Mr. Around the time the security camera photo was taken. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Lord Taylor and KB security. It would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyway. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee. Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it, I will. It's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day at school. This is right. It's true that I received the blackmail letter. But the turn that I actually went there is a whole different story, right? However, sorry if I'm sounding dramatic, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Ah, that was a brilliant. Well, Mr. Wright, looks like you need some more evidence after all. Stupid kid. Now then, let's see your evidence. Demonstrate this court that Mr. Dillon actually went to KB security that night. Mr. Delight, this one belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I had it lost somewhere. That's right. When you find the wallet, you should report it to the police right away. No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Delight, when did you first notice that you lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Bessie and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 AM at KB security headquarters. What? Sorry, you're not serious? Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB security that night. This is sad. Romanticists are blind to the reality that lies before them. What does that mean? Why did Mr. Delight drop his wallet at KB security? What purpose did it serve? Perhaps it was dropped by his wife to create a false alibi for her dear husband instead. Sorry, but Mr. Delight probably dropped it himself when he went to use this. Keycard. The KB security CEO's office. CEO's office? What's wrong? No snappy comebacks? The fact is that Mr. Delight entered the CEO's office around 1 o'clock that night. No. Order. So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB security. Looks like a perfect case for the defense.
Objection.
You may see it as a perfect case such, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godot blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. Or did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof. I'm not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you. Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright. I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? There's someone else who can testify. It's the person who can testify that the keycard was used at 1 AM tonight. Who is this useless looking young man? You remember him, Exactly. Just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat. Looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. Probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB security that night. Oh. Question at hand is this key card. Yep. you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KP Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. Well, Mr. Godot. Name of the CEO of KP Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own serial number and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 AM on the morning of the crime. But that means can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Master Mask in this photo. Ah, looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of Joe. So then... Delight was clearly in the office of KP Security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Master Mask. Good job, you did it, Nick. It's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. Court finds the defendant, Mr. Rondelite. Basically, I'm just waiting for the objection or hold it or something, because I saw on the guide that there's a part 3 to this episode. Court is now adjourned. Okay, I guess we just simply proved the... Okay. I guess it was that. 2:24 PM. Nick, you did it. You were right after all. I'm guessing the, like, next... we'll see. Whatever. You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Oh, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I still am blushing. I'm gonna say since Mr. Nick. Oh, pearls. I've got a bad thing about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's a, You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ouch. She's like me. Pearly? This woman is Mrs. Irene Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick, yes? Pretty much worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client. No, you've got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Ow! A double slap. Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We got the sacred urn back, and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to the Nicky boy here. But actually, it was you, Mr. Light, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh please, you're embarrassing me. We won the case. Then why does this guy still look so glum? But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now? Why is it, honey? You're my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Bessie. But the thing is... Come on, give the kid some time. He's got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Scott, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Oh, so that's the next part. We need to prove that someone is guilty or not guilty. Killing Kane Bullard, I guess. Kane Bullard? Have I heard the name before? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KP Security? So I guess now we have to prove whether or not... how did I already forget his name? Fuck. that this client is not the murderer, or whether or not he is. That's the name of the CEO of KB Security. Wait, the body? The estimated time of death was 1 AM on October 12th. 1 AM on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Come on, you figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out? What? October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning. From the light was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbued with rage? Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Light was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Employee of KB Security. Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. Wait. He can't be a thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. It can't be true. Oh, but I'm a thief, I tell you. From the light. You're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. What? This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown. Is that right? You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, as he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Ah, Ronnie! Oh man. Fuck. Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? Bruh. Okay. Like half an hour left. There's quite a bit of investigation, but I guess I'll just go for like a little bit and just save midway. Even though I don't like saving midway, but I feel like I just want to get the progress in. I don't know. Try 2 PM. You know, I'm glad we found Turn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose, I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. So you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB? Okay, looking into the KB security murder. I'm going to head back to Crime Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the secretary back and have some people take a look at it. Well, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya. You should stay here. I want you to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Because it's so caught up in her fantasy, she thought there's a murder to solve. Now remember, no fighting, okay? He's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. So what do we do now? Something else, we should get out there and investigate the murder. But first, we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with her twinkly little bike, Nicky boy. Speaking of asking around, I will have a few questions of my own for Mr. Delant. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center too. Just too relieved that we got the second run back. Huh. You bet. There's something a little different about it. Huh? Don't... me? And it's pretty obvious. I mean, take a look at this. Here says I am on the urn in the poster. The urn we got back says I'm me, like it always used to. Oh yeah, sure, you're right. Plus the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Might as well know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Ami's name into I am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Possible that the urn is fake. Bishop Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Corner Village. Yeah, I suppose. I'll think about it. Mai hasn't been back to Corner Village in a long time. So I guess people still go to Corner Village to do their training, right? Yep, if you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a Channeling Dojo to do just that. Channeling Dojo, huh? That's pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen. What happened last year is still bothering you. And murder in her village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the grind technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. But first, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. It sounds like being the master of grind is going to be a heavy responsibility. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya. It's a light. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. But I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not the killer, I swear. My Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really, are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I know I didn't miss out, it had such a vulnerable side. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. Arne would never, ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. But you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, please die. Never say that. Anyway, he's still alive. Might not be a killer. He's still going around saying he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. He's still alive. I hate to say it, but you're the one living in the fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. God. He's honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief, huh? The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. And they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious. It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves? No, they're all right too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Ami's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real mask is not Maroni, right? Yeah. The detective at me knew more about Master Mask than anyone else. I mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then, you went there to ask him some questions? That's right, I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. Secretary said, the detective isn't in right now. But I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office a hideout. The bag was sitting right there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw it back there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Light, do you know about KB security? I'm busy, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So he thinks he still works there, huh? Yet, according to what we heard today... Ron quit, he doesn't work there anymore. So Mr. Light doesn't know. Security is only about 20 minutes away, by motorcycle this. They told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I had to play pretty fast on my bike. I mean, to keep it secret that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? Haha, but scared to get you are, Nick. So I told us we'll get some. Oh, give a secret. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but already saved my life. Saved your life. I was at work one day when two robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just go into a little ball in the corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying those huge knives and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save me? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went straight up to those two knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it, he screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. The typed shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the two robbers. All by himself he came to save me, a total stranger, all by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, he may not look it, but in a tough situation there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not so distant future. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO's office. What has that got to do with anything? Hey, it's you guys. Oh, it's a Gumshoe. That was a real train wreck for you guys, huh? Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us. Yeah, I feel for you. Oh, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like... Oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserved, pal. Ho 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 ho. Or something like that. Or something to that effect. Do I really sound like that to you, pal? The Gumshoe pits. Well, anyway. The point is I can tell when someone puts their heart in their jobs. And I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives. Oh, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Now if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating. Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder. Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to. Hey, come on. What about we put our hearts into our work? It's already working against us right now, and we need help. Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me. Okay, pal. Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. Victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 in the morning, October 12th. The cause of death was blunt force trauma at the head, probably an object in this room. It happened at exactly the same time. The mask was still in the urn, huh? So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body? There's a good explanation for that one. The large body was stashed away inside the safe. Safe? Well, it is pretty big. Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning out he came. Also, the body fell out. What's ring must be the shape from when he fell out. Maybe we still need some more information about Mr. Billiard. Maybe we start by getting the man's name right. Oops, I didn't mean. So, what happened to Master Mask? He's the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again! He keeps yelling. No, I didn't mean him. He's not the real thief anyway, right? Oh, you mean that detective at me? Ho 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 ho. Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved. Ho 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 ho. That's detective I know a lot. Think about it. Admin was always around when a calling card showed up. He always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Heh, yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief. But explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about. Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's one thing I can't figure out about his first heist. His first heist? Yeah, the Tear of Emanon case. There's a witness on that one. A witness? Here, I saved the newspaper clipping. The thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it. Yeah, this card here. Have I seen him somewhere before? It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that she mentions it. Bad. Okay. The prosecutor, I really don't like that guy. The way he used our own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight. I think he did it that way just cause he knew he deterred more. That's what my gut tells me anyway. So who is Chavardik? Chavardik masked maniac anyway. Really good at it. It's quite the enigma, huh? Thing is, pal, I never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office, came out of nowhere. That's right, this was his first case as a prosecutor. It's true, according to the records anyway, but no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court, maverick that gives me give me goosebumps. Goosebumps? You? Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me, they all just turned the other way. For detective, I'm sure. I had no idea you were so unpopular. I know, that's not what I meant. God, the guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Yeah, think about it. A dead guy was staying in here all night. Yeah, oh, by the way, don't bother asking about fingerprints. There were none. Now somebody opened the safe on the night of the crime, right? Yeah, and so. But if Mr. Bullard's body was hidden in here, must mean that it was opened by either the killer or the victim, right? Yeah, I guess so. Ho 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 ho. I got some bad news for you, pal. Are you ready? Okay, shoot. Opening this baby is no piece of cake. There are only a few people who know how to open this safe, pal. Yeah, and everyone that knows how to open this safe had airtight alibis. I checked. Everyone except one, that is most afraid to ask. Former security chief from the light. What? From the light? He was a security chief. So he knew how to open the safe, huh? Yeah, sorry for raining on your parade there, pal. Oh man. This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it was opened? I don't think so. So you mean... Yeah, I think this string shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean... the victim? He was killed by being crushed by the safe saw? She can't be serious, can she? Ah. Okay. Wow, look at that huge framed photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against the dark and cloudy sky. There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. Greatest sunrise of my life. Is it? Just his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough or he had pretty rotten luck with the weather. Maybe if he had lived a little longer he would have seen some better days. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. Hey, cut it out. Don't press that. Haha, that was pretty funny. I never knew anything comes to good subject. I did that button anyway. It's an emergency password. It says right on the panel. Oops, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first? Sounds connected to the basement guard room. It used to summon security up here. Really? It is possible the night of the crime. Oh, so Gio was an act. Do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer? Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. They said that the buzzer never went off at night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Ballard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know. I think we'd better go talk to the guard about the emergency buzzer. Must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out, just for a second. Oh, nice. I feel just like a CEO. Hey, you. Pick me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is the life. The victim sat in the chair just before he was brutally killed, you know. Oh boy. This looks like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. I can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. Looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files filled with data about security jobs they were hired to handle. Be good, a good night's reading, if you got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something. What the fuck? We got this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly backbreaking work, it's just a little hard on the eyes. What did you find out, Nick? This file. It's not about any sort of security operations or anything. It's used by all about Master Mask. It's filled with info on him. What kind of info? It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes. Hey Nick, look at the last page. It's a list, let's see. Terror of Emanon, $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Master Mask stole. So then $100,000 is the value of the stolen item. I don't know, the number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. does this look so sci-fi? What the hell? Oh, this is really something else. Security card office, it sure doesn't feel very secure. KB security card. Uh-oh, I just remembered. Larry might be... Hey Nick, what's up? Ah, so he is here. Yo, how's it hanging, dude? You got my sweet little Maya with you too. Hi Larry. Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I've got no problems with the daytime date. It's all good. That's what we're here for. We're investigating the Ballard murder case. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? You're so hopelessly clueless. Well, if it's about the murder case, boy have I got some good info for you. Really? What is it? Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story. But Larry, I thought you two were all tool buddies. Understand what this is now. So what's this good info we're talking about, Larry? I am a guard, a pro. I can just give away information for free. To bribe, I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? Exactly, Maya. Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kitten has got some clothes. Okay, really want to know? Yes, so tell me. Okay, so the thing is, Light was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me? Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Light was fired. There was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. I guess they must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. So what's it like to be a part-time security guard? Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by alright, I guess. First I have to keep my eyes on those monitors, all the time. Monitors? There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out. Oh. If I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? Security teams for this company. They're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? It's just a part-time job for me, but I can't operate the equipment, and I'm dumb. It is part-time, and you are dumb. You're still in charge of security here. Give me a break, don't try to pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is, you were here that night, right? Oh. Oh no, I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, those tenant is now, okay? So I'm going to have to break his cycles after all. Can I do that yet? Something's written on this poster in the print. The Guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. See what it says. 1. Obey thy superior. 2. Respect thy superior. 3. Smile at thy superior. 4. Salute thy superior. 5. Buy donuts for thy superior upon command. Signed, Wendy Oldback, head supervisor. He's one tough old girl, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with a real genuine ray gun. Yeah, sounds scary, alright. Well, fortunately she's on vacation, that's why I'm so relaxed right now. That's my partner, Sid. Your partner? Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. kind of a weird little lady. There's a tea spilled all over the machine, you know. Oh, don't worry about it. Just the other day I spilled some chocolate milk on mine. It still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess. Hey Larry, that's your jacket, isn't it? That's right. Did you know you hung it right on top of some kind of lever? Yeah, sure. I was told to never ever touch that lever. He scowled and huffed at me. Something terrible will happen if you do. Got it, greenhorn? So why hang your jacket on such an important lever? Because it got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what will happen? Huh? It's true, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Gosh. Wow, take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they? You say, Hey man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought they were just some kind of decoration or something. Oh boy. How did this guy ever get a job here anyway? The screens are there, show what's going on all over the building, everywhere. And it's my job to keep a steady eye on them, all of them. I wouldn't sound so smuggy if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these too? If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's Larry. I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. How do you know you can? How do you know that, Larry? Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean. I know what you think. It was a professional investigation, alright? That's my workstation. Pretty cool, huh? I keep a steady eye on the monitors and use that mic for communicating. Look at all this equipment. It must be hard to operate. No biggie. I think there's an instruction manual somewhere in this room. Somewhere. Instruction manual? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do in an emergency? Well, I guess I'd start by calmly looking for the instruction manual. During that time, my partner told lady would calmly look for her reading glasses. That's what the security professionals call teamwork. And my own pearls could run this place better. Hey, what's it supposed to mean? That's even what I called like nice. Okay. Now the question is, do I actually... Shit. Oops. I'll just do this and then I'll call it, I guess. That's crime. On the night of the crime, were you working hard like you were supposed to? What? Huh? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been? But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go see Mr. Light? Ah, but that was that, and this is this. Is there any chance that you snuck out of work last night too? Never, I didn't sneak out. I tell you what. I'll even bet you $1. Wow. Now that's confidence. What's with that trench in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence that I left my position or you're just pulling my chain? There's that Larry was not manning the station. Whatever happened is... It's the keycard to the CEO's office, right? Yeah, that's right. The keycard was found inside a wallet. This wallet? You know about this, right? I've never seen it before. Liar, you hand-delivered this wallet to Mr. Light. It was yesterday. Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happened. But I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time? 1 o'clock in the morning? That's right. In other words, Larry, at the time of the murder, you were away from the security guard office. Ah! Yep, but there's something you didn't think about. What's that? My shift that day didn't start until 10 PM. The murderer might have snuck in before then. What do you mean by that? If the murderer had snuck in before 10 PM, then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift was before mine. But I had the feeling that he still doesn't get the seriousness of this. Listen up, Larry. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 PM during your shift. Would it be this? No. What the hell? Oh. I need to look at the guide for that because I'm... yeah. How did... what the fuck? I forgot that. Whatever. Larry, when you use keycard, does it leave a record? Yeah, it does. I can't show the record to just anyone you know. Keycard data was already made public in the trial today. What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info like that is supposed to go through me. Why does it sound a bit arrogant coming from a part-time guard? Anyway, according to the data, the door to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 AM, time of the murder. No way. Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened at 1 AM on the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift. Oh. Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time. Yeah, no. Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault that the boss was killed. My fault. Larry, there's nothing I can do. I have important issues to deal with too, man. It happened that night anyway. My donut happened. Huh? Your donut? I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, my donut called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing right there next to her. Who was? Her new boyfriend. It was like some horrible joke. If I knew what was going on, the guy socked me right in the kisser. I'm the one that does the punching, isn't that right, Maya? Yeah. So, is that why you left the security guard office? Well, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I make it up for it, Nick? What can I do? What? He's curled up on the floor, crying like a baby. Good boy. Nick, is there anything I can do? Anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to do to make up for it. I swear I will. Larry? Nick, as long as he's suffering, why don't you show him the evidence we've got? That's right. We will get at least one bit of useful information from him. Nick. What am I supposed to show? Oh, wait, this, of course. The buzzer in the CEO's office is directly connected to this room, right? That's right, just like my heart is connected to yours, Maya. Huh? Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. promise I'll come running to your rescue, like the professional guard I am. Wow, that was pretty good. Hehe, thanks. I'll try. Do you think you could tell us about the buzzer now? Yes, please. Please tell us. Okay, I guess so. Pretty be wowed. I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier. Yeah, I heard it. So it was you, huh? You're security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office? Well, it's the third floor of the basement. The CEO's office is on the first floor. I thought it would be a good idea to adopt the wait and see approach. What the fuck? Plus there's a police detective here, right? I just didn't think it was necessary. It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to talking about the night of the murder, okay? Is it true that the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look at it, right? Of course I did, and I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either. I think you could take just one more for me. Pretty please? Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya. What do you think, Nick? You're right. I don't think even Larry could make a mistake. Wow! Is it? What's wrong? I made a mistake! But how? It can't be. It's impossible. Okay, enough already. What about the records? That night, it went off just once, in the morning, at around 1 AM. 1 AM. That's when the murder happened. Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. It can't be. Okay. I think that's a good point to stop.